Hello everybody, here with the announcements for the week of February 22nd. If you go below the video and click where it says more, that will expand the section below. You'll be able to see and review the text version of announcements that I'm making. Also, do note on there, I ask you to please subscribe to the channel and to hit bell notifications. That helps you be a much more informed parishioner using our parish YouTube channel so that you know about things going on in our parish life. The commitment process for this year's annual Catholic Appeal is underway. Our parish target goal is to receive pledges and gifts totaling $149,000. I do ask that each parishioner make a commitment to support the works of the larger archdiocese, and if we each participate together, we can reach our parish target goal and complete the pledge process for this year. Pledges and gifts can be made easily online. You can follow the QR code on the pledge envelopes located in the pews, or manually make a pledge by completing the pledge slip on that envelope, inserting it into the envelope, and then placing your pledge envelope in the baskets in church. The link to the appeal website is below for making an online gift. As of this recording, which is Friday after Ash Wednesday, our parish has committed $74,837 in gifts, pledges, and projected recurring gifts. That means we are 50% toward our parish target. We have $74,163 remaining to our target. That's a great start with the appeal process having begun so recently. Thank you for supporting the ministries of the Archdiocese and for helping St. Monica reach our parish target goal. The Oklahoma Catholic Men's Conference is coming up. The conference is on March 14th at the Oklahoma City Convention Center. I do hope that men of the parish are planning to attend with your sons. You can find the link to register for the men's conference below in the text version of announcements. During Lent, each Friday, remember that we have those standard devotional practices. We have the Stations of the Cross at 6:30 p.m. in the church, followed by an opportunity for fellowship with the fish fry in the Parish Hall, hosted generously by our Knights of Columbus. I do hope that you will remember that and make plans to attend on Fridays, a great way to observe Lent by considering and praying with the Lord's Passion in the Stations of the Cross. Don't forget that our parish has a subscription to the Hallow app. You can join that app for a reduced price and make use of its content to guide your Lenten practices. Among other uses of the app, you can listen and practice the Marian antiphon for the season that we use at the conclusion of Mass. You can find the Ave Regina Caelorum by clicking on the Home button on the Hallow app, then scrolling down to Lent Music. And then when you see Lent Music, you can swipe left to Lent at Ephesus. Open that page and scroll down the music files to near the end, and you will see Ave Regina Caelorum, a great way to listen and practice that chant so that you might join in it more fully as we use it at the conclusion of Masses in the Lenten season. Finally, I want to put a bug in your ear looking ahead to plan to participate in Holy Week services just before Easter. Really make plans now to really live Holy Week in a different way. Don't let it just be another week. Where possible, attend the special services each day on Holy Thursday evening, Good Friday evening, and if possible, the Easter Vigil. And I also want to give some encouragement for you to willingly and freely take on some additional practices for Lent. Certainly, we all know that the Church legislates certain things that we do together as a community, as a universal church. We fast on Ash Wednesday and abstain from meat on Ash Wednesday, and we abstain from meat on all Fridays of Lent. But that's really just a bare minimum, and it's set as a universal standard for the entire church. It's certainly no suggestion that's all we should do, or that is sufficient to really continue to advance rapidly in the spiritual life. And so I want to suggest to you that you take the opportunity to bring on yourself willingly, freely, some additional Lent practices, or find times to observe your own fasting, even abstaining from meat, maybe at other times during the week. If you're like me, a rule follower, it's sort of easy when the church says we are to fast from food on Ash Wednesday. I fast easily because I know it's expected of me. But when I try to take on more fasting at different times during Lent, eventually in the hunger of the day, that little voice starts to speak to me that notices that hunger and says, you don't have to do this. So maybe if you just take a little bit of food here, it still counts as a fast. It's a lot more challenging to do that. And so I just want to encourage you to make good use of this Lenten season. Don't do the bare minimum, but perhaps consider other days to fast, other days to abstain from meat, other practices, praying the Stations of the Cross or visiting the Adoration Chapel, really make Lent a rigorous season to put off the things of sin and the ways we don't fully live in the freedom of the children of God, and to open yourself to the grace of God. Consider this gospel passage for today's Mass, the Friday after Ash Wednesday. This is Matthew chapter 9, verses 14 to 15. The disciples of John approached Jesus and said, "Why do we and the Pharisees fast much, but your disciples do not fast?" Jesus answered them, "Can the wedding guests mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? The days will come when the bridegroom is taken away from them, and then they will fast." There is an aspect of mourning about fasting because it is a penitential practice. Now, we're not supposed to look gloomy like the hypocrites, but in fasting, we are not just to create an emptiness or a hole. We're supposed to recognize how we fill ourselves up and keep ourselves satisfied and unaware of our deeper hungers, our deeper longings, the longings of the soul, of spiritual life, of life with God. And so fasting is a real opportunity, a great practice to help us notice what really lasts and what we need to really tap into and to connect with in a way that we get so blinded by throughout the year. You notice in the gospel passage, Jesus refers to a certain mourning about fasting, and therefore when he, the bridegroom, is present, it is nothing but wedding feast. It makes no sense to fast at a feast. But he says the day will come when the bridegroom, he is taken away. And that's the time period, my friends, that we all live in. It's not that Jesus is absent, it's just that he's not among us in the same way, walking as a man as he did in Galilee, where his disciples saw him and interacted with him. He's present with us in the Holy Eucharist. He's present in our prayers and by grace in the presence of the church. But it's different. And so he's been taken away, and now is the time then, the time period that he himself talked about when we fast. We long to have those things that keep us bound removed so that we can grow in grace and strive for the wedding feast of heaven, where the Lamb of God invites us to join around the throne of heaven and to glory in the new life of the kingdom. God bless you all.